thing I can see is my own silhouette. I'm getting stronger, step by step. The clock is ticking, but there's no time for regrets. I've been flying from town to town, from London to Taiwan. I've been all around the globe, trying to protect your soul. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes tonight. Yeah. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes tonight. Feel like a dynamite, ready to explode right up in the sky. I need you to listen, I need you to hear, and don't show any fear. I've been flying from town to town, from London to Taiwan. I've been all around the globe, trying to protect your soul. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes tonight. Yeah. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes tonight. I've been flying from town to town, from London to Taiwan. I've been all around the globe, trying to protect your soul. I'm walking alone, the streets are empty. The only thing I can see is my own silhouette. I'm getting stronger, step by step. The clock is ticking, but there's no time for regrets. I've been flying from town to town, from London to Taiwan. I've been
This is the Carabao Cup Final. Very good afternoon to you all, folks, and welcome back aboard once again, folks, then to a Real Football. My name is Tom, and I'll bring you the watch-along series for the Carabao Cup Final, which is Liverpool take on Newcastle. And if you are watching on the replay, please do make sure that you are leaving a like on the stream, hit that subscribe button if you are new, and thank you very much indeed, folks. Everybody's joy is here today. Kick off for this Carabao Cup Final. It's coming your way from Wembley Stadium at 4:30. A very good afternoon to you all, folks, and I hope you're all doing well. So, Cup Final time. Who, at the end of this, will lift the Carabao Cup, the EFL Cup trophy? That is what is at stake here under the Wembley Arch. Is that all-important piece of silverware? Will Newcastle finally win a trophy after so long and their unfortunate failure against Manchester United? Or will it be yet another for Liverpool? We're going to find out with the kickoff fast approaching us once again at 4:30. And just to say, I might be doing the Carabao Cup a little bit of de-justice by holding a Monster can in my hand, but I do not know where Carabao energy drink is sold. Sorry, guys. So today we're going to call the Carabao Cup the Monster Energy Cup. No. I didn't think this through, did I? Oh my god, if this stream was sponsored by Carabao, I'd get killed. But fortunately, guys, this stream is not sponsored by Carabao, so no worries about that. Yes, Jamesy, thank you for pinpointing that. It's also available for you to watch on ITV1 or ITVX if you're an English or Welsh viewer. Scottish viewers may not access the free-to-air coverage via this option. Please use STV or the STV player. Or you can also watch on Sky Showcase, which is available to most UK viewers as well. So loads of options to watch the Carabao Cup Final on this Super Sunday. And Kamal says it tastes good. I bet it does. Well, I'm sorry, guys. The can does have green on it, but it is not Carabao. It is not Carabao. I am sorry. I apologise for the fact it's not Carabao. So a humongous cup final ahead of us then. We've gained £2.59 earlier off the Arsenal match against Chelsea. I bet £1.50 for Arsenal to win. It returned £2.59, so a £1.09p profit there. And I have put my money where my mouth is, £2.50, Newcastle to lift the trophy, £7 return. A little bit later on, we've got a price-boosted bet for Manchester United, Inter and Barca all to win their matches. If all three of those teams win their games, 50p will turn into £5.75. And, of course, we are looking at the correct scores. We are going for a 0-0 draw in this Carabao Cup final at the end of 90 minutes and after extra time as well. If the game at the end of 90 minutes is 0-0, I will get a £1 free bet as a minimum. Also, if Manchester United win by 3 goals still, I will claim a £5 free bet. It wasn't quite the perfect 5 for Arsenal earlier, but nevertheless, because we've got a cup final to enjoy. And I am a little bit salty for the fact that I am not at Wembley Stadium, and of course I wouldn't go to Wembley and intrude on Liverpool or Newcastle. Do you know what I mean? I wouldn't want to take up one of the seats, in a cup final for Liverpool or Newcastle, if you know what I mean by that. Because at the end of the day, you only go to Wembley if your team's there, really. I mean, if I was an Arsenal, if we were in the final, and say for example a Man City fan had taken an Arsenal seat, I'd be a bit annoyed about that, to be fair. Anyways, folks, this is the Carabao Cup final. It is time to have a look at your team news and match information, all provided today by SofaScore. And there was a Formula One Grand Prix. And it was McLaren who won that Grand Prix over in Australia. Rangers shocked Celtic earlier. And it was a Steel City derby. Joy as Sheffield United beat Sheffield Wednesday by 1-0. Also for Fulham at 1:30, it was a 2-0 victory for Spurs for them. And for Roma, it's right now 0-0 between themselves and Cagliari, with Bologna leading 5-0 against Lazio, and Venezia and Napoli were held to a 0-0 draw at 11:30 a.m. this morning. And Atalanta Inter Milan later, as Fiorentina at 5 o'clock take on Juventus. Leicester City are against Manchester United later in the Premier League. Bochum 0, Frankfurt 2 is the half-time score in that 2:30 kickoff in German Bundesliga. The Carabao Cup Finals is about to get underway. We do not have much time upon us. Let's have a look at your team news. And here it is, guys. Here it is. Dundee United are behind 3-2 against Dundee in the Dundee derby. And of course, live goal flashes and alerts will be provided in that Dundee derby. And any other games that I have put notifications on for, also, you will be notified of that score if it comes through to me. Kareem Kelleher is in goal for Liverpool, a back four today for them, of Jarrell Quansah, number 78. Number 4, Virgil van Dijk. It's Ibrahima Konate, number 5 in the back four, and number 26, Andrew Robertson, is that back four. The midfield is split into two parts, a defensive 2 of Liverpool's number 38, Ryan Gravenberch, and number 10, Alexis McAllister. Mo Salah, Liverpool's bright Egyptian king, number 11, alongside Dominic Szoboszlai, number 8, and 7, Luis Diaz. And leading the front is number 20, Diogo Jota. And on Liverpool's bench this afternoon is Alisson, Konstantinos Tsimikas, James McConnell, Wataru Endo, Curtis Jones, Harvey Elliott, Federico Chiesa, Cody Gakpo, and Darwin Nunez. Out is Liverpool's Trent Alexander-Arnold, Joe Gomez, Connor Bradley, and Tyler Morton. Moving on to Newcastle, who have Nick Pope in goal. A back four today for them. A back four of Kieran Trippier, Dan Burn, Fabian Schär, and Valentino Livramento. The midfield is a three of Joel Linton, Sandro Tonali, and Bruno Guimaraes, the Newcastle captain. The front three is Harvey Barnes, Alexander Isak, and Jacob Murphy. On Newcastle's bench is Martin Dubravka, Emil Kraft, Matt Targett, Joe Willock, Lewis Miley, Sean Longstaff, Callum Wilson, William Asula, and Sean Neave. Anthony Gordon is suspended after his straight red card in the FA Cup against Brighton, and also Jamal Lascelles, Sam Botman, and Lewis Hall all ruled out due to injury purposes. So 4 unavailable players apiece. And there is no more time for chit-chat because our players are coming out of the tunnel now. This is the Carabao Cup Final. Let's do it. There they are. They all come out. I love it. They've got Run Boy Run on. I love it. Run Boy Run. Yes, man. What a song. So the chair of the EFL is coming out. And many of the Carabao CEOs, who of course are the sponsors of the competition, are all out for this presentation. A substantial occasion, treated in a substantial manner. It is Arne Slot's first ever final as a Liverpool manager, and it will be his only final this season, as Liverpool were knocked out of the FA Cup by Plymouth Argyle and were knocked out of the Champions League by Paris Saint-Germain the other day. For Newcastle, it is their only final as well. They have not got any European football to aim for a final, and they were knocked out of the FA Cup after extra time by Brighton in that fifth round / quarter-final match. And a young man named Kane Matthews is going to sing us the national anthem now. Oh, great. God save the king. Oh, what a presentation this is. It's a... The lineup's being read out at Wembley, and one's half of Wembley boos at Liverpool's lineup, the other cheers. That tells you how big of a cup final it is. Once again, folks, my prediction for this Carabao Cup final is 0-0 after extra time and Newcastle to win on penalties. Virgil van Dijk to hit the bar and Newcastle to win the outrights of this competition. The real question is, though, who do you think is going to get the bragging rights in this Carabao Cup final? Well, yesterday there was a big occasion as well, as France did win the Six Nations over England by beating Scotland, with also getting the bonus point after getting 3 tries. So for England, it was losing the competition by 1 singular point. So yes, France won the Guinness Six Nations yesterday, and today one of Liverpool or Newcastle will lift the Carabao Cup, and then we have an international break. But do not underestimate the size of this cup final here today. It may be the best we'll get this season, because obviously the only Big Six side remaining in the FA Cup is Manchester City, which comes as a little bit of a surprise to everybody, but it is true after Manchester United had a shock exit to Fulham. And it looks more likely that it'll be, well, I'm calling a Forest Man City final. So once again, a reminder, this match, if you want to view it, ITV are also broadcasting it today. They are partnered with Sky. So Sky are doing the broadcasting bits, and ITV are displaying the match as well. The clock has struck 4:30. The final team huddles here. The scoreboards are ready. The question is, are you ready? Once again, if you do not know what I'm talking about, well, this is the Carabao Cup Final. This is Liverpool. This time not against Chelsea. They are against Newcastle. And we're going to kick off in 3, 2, 1. Zero. There we go. And that's gone out for an early throw-in to Liverpool off the head of Dan Burn. And we've seen quite some Carabao Cup finals on this channel. One in which, if you remember rightly, that Chelsea had 5 disallowed goals, I believe it was, in the Carabao Cup final not too long ago, about two or three seasons ago, if not 4. And in that same season, there was another 0-0 FA Cup final, that time with no disallowed goals. Then came Manchester United against Newcastle, where United won 2-0 in normal time. Here's Murphy. Trippier. So ball over the top. It's going to be Jacob Murray down the right. Murphy's ball in. Took a deflection off Van Dijk. Liverpool have cleared it sort of, and they've cleared it now properly. Szoboszlai looking to get on the moves. Held up by Tonali. Here's Salah. McAllister to Luis Diaz. Diaz down the left. And that is a foul. Well, there he is on a slot. First taste of an English Cup final for him. And I'm sure that many of England's managers in the Premier League and the Championship will be in attendance somewhere in Wembley Stadium. I'm sure as well Thomas Tuchel is viewing, because it's a big event. That's a teasing ball in, and it nearly created a Newcastle goal. Well, the only Carabao Cup final that was not deadlocked full time involved Newcastle that I've seen on this channel. And just as I started covering the Carabao Cup on this channel, Man City's Carabao Cup dominance ended. If you go back to this channel's very beginnings, you will be able to notice the fact that each final that I've done has not involved Man City. And before that, City had a huge dominance in this competition. Now, though, you're lucky if you don't see Liverpool in the final. Newcastle, free kick. What are they going to do with it? Trippier, Tonali, lovely move. The ball's in. Oh, it's going to be They've got a corner. The Newcastle side of Wembley roars. They have a corner. It's a lovely one too. Lots of space for Harvey Barnes. And it looked dangerous. And Newcastle have looked dangerous in this opening 6 minutes of the cup final. Nathan Clark, good afternoon. Welcome to the season's first cup final. How are you doing? Newcastle's second visit to Wembley this decade. Will it be second time lucky? And by the way, I haven't pinpointed this already, but John Brooks is this year's Carabao Cup Final referee. So John Brooks is the referee, and any VAR decisions will be announced over the tannoy at Wembley Stadium as well. So all VAR decisions and outcomes to be announced over the tannoy by referee John Brooks, who is the Carabao Cup Final referee this year. So McAllister and Andy Robertson over the free kick will be McAllister, and it's a very poor delivery. He tried to go for that in-swinging delivery into the centre, but it was just practically a pass back to Pope, if I'm honest. Guimaraes. It's a great tackle. Just lost the ball though, yeah. It was a well-timed tackle by Guimaraes, but didn't come away with the ball. And that is the ball waiting for Salah, who's going to chase, but it runs out of play. I do expect it to be a different type of final. I'm a little bit on the edge with it today, you know, as to whether it will finish 0-0 or not. I mean, I want it to be very poised. I do want this cup final to finish 0-0 because all the ones we've seen between Chelsea and Liverpool, they've finished 0-0 and they've been so poised. That one that we saw, Chelsea-Liverpool, the first one, it had so many disallowed goals. It had so many moments, and that's how I want a Carabao Cup final to be. I want it to be a very, very poised and on the edge 0-0, if you know what I mean. So, yeah, I'm hoping to see end-to-end football and lots of chances. Hopefully some disallowed goals as well, to be fair. And yes, I do want VAR drama. I want the drama. Canate, ball for Salah. In a tussle with Burn, and Burn shepherds the ball to safety, and it's a goal kick for Newcastle. I'm pretty sure they're going to give it everything Newcastle as well. The disappointment against Man U, I mean, I hope it was a learning lesson for them. And I hope that I made the right call in putting my money for Newcastle to lift the trophy, but that is not what matters here. Shares had a go. And Shermer certainly does score goals in big moments. We know that. We do know Fabian Schär scores in big moments. He scores in very big moments, Fabian Schär. He did have a disallowed goal, which turned out to be the penultimate, really, moment in that, the deciding moment, really, in that FA Cup clash between Newcastle and Brighton, because had that goal been allowed, Brighton would be out, and it'd be a completely different perspective. But now, Brighton are through, and that Brighton Forest game, it looks so poised. I mean, I don't think I'm going to attend it, but he was the man, Fabian Schär. Had he kept himself on side, it would be a Newcastle Forest Carabao Cup semi-final, quarter-final. And then still be the FA Cup. And it might be a fairy tale 2 visits to Wembley in a season. But it wasn't meant to be. I mean, I don't know if we'll ever have a season again where the exact two same teams both reach both the cup finals, if you know what I mean. That season where, Chelsea-Liverpool FA Cup final, Chelsea-Liverpool Carabao Cup final, it was, you don't see it often, do you? And in some ways, it's a good thing. It's going to be a throw-in. Who'd that come off last? 12.5 minutes have gone. 0-0. And still finely poised. Guimaraes nearly fed it through then. I was thinking, oh, here we go. But no, not quite. And I definitely, like I said it not 5-10 minutes ago. I want it to be a 0-0 where, yes, VAR, disallowed goals, open goals missed, hitting the bar, hitting the post, end to end. I want it to be that kind of game, but at the same time, I do want it to be a 0-0. Because I just think the longer the game goes on 0-0 with end-to-end football, it's so exciting. I know what you're saying, people. I know it. I can hear you saying it right now. 0-0 is not the scoreline you should be wanting, Tom. I know that. I do know that. But for cup finals, it's very, very different. I think 0-0 is the best scoreline you can get in a cup final, purely for the poise and the edge. That's the reason why 0-0 is a good scoreline in a cup final. So, and quite frankly, I do want to sit here and go all the way to penalties today. I do want it. Because it wouldn't be a cup final without a penalty shootout, if you know what I mean. Murphy's had a go from range. Really long range. And Geordie's in the house. How away the lads? Thoughts on the first 15 minutes for Newcastle, Geordie? £7 tonight for Manchester United, who are away to Leicester City in the Premier League. I will not be live for that one. This will be the last bit of action on the channel before the international break. And we will be back on Tuesday for a game on Sky Sports Plus, which is the Rotherham game in League 1 or 2. Trippier. Murphy, not quite. Here's Ryan Gravenberch for Liverpool. And Jarrell Quansah. Canate to Ryan Gravenberch again. McAllister. Diaz down the left. Van Dijk. Here's Canate. Canate again. Canate teases it down the right to Salah. He was in a tight spot, plays it back. This time it reaches Gravenberch. Canate has it once more. Van Dijk, again to Canate. Left by McAllister for Salah. Now Gravenberch. And McAllister. Liverpool stringing some passes together, trying to feed away through this Newcastle defence. They've not breached it yet in this Carabao Cup Final. That's a very good tackle by Joel Linton. Really put his body on the line as well there. I felt Joel Linton. It was a risky tackle in terms of his safety, Joel Linton there, because he went right in front of a Liverpool player who's off balance, which means he's got a high chance of being fell onto, and that does happen. It's a good tackle by Joel Linton, though, well timed. So long field ball. Will somebody... Oh, Joel Linton's broke through the lines. He's got to it. Livramento. Tonali. Here's Joel Linton. Can he get the cross in? It's deflected. It's into Koeman Kelleher's hands. And that was another one of those promising attacks for Newcastle. And Joel Linton, most certainly the star of the last 1.5 minutes there. Gravenberch. It's back with Ibrahim Konate. Koeman Kelleher. Might reach Diaz. Good defending by Trippier. Stayed in front of Luis Diaz, making sure that he can't get free. He can't get on the end of that ball. And it's comfortably out to Nick Pope. And Cher's looking long for Isak. Liverpool clear it. It's loose. McAllister eventually picks up possession of the ball. Robertson to Diaz, who's playing a balanced game with the touchline. Konate down to Gravenberch. Ibrahim Konate. Mo Salah. Down the line for Szoboszlai. Cute ball. And Jota was blocked off by Fabian Cher. Gravenberch to Robertson. And Robertson's ball, it's going to be chested down by Jota. Diaz couldn't really get a foothold on the loose ball. And Guimaraes, has he got the legs to bring Newcastle forward? Can he shake off Ryan Gravenberch? He can. And there's a huge deflection off Virgil van Dijk. And Newcastle have won a corner here. Dragon Breath's in the house on Twitch. Welcome in. For Newcastle, can Jacob Murphy from the right-hand side of Wembley deliver a corner that enters the back of the net? Let's see. It goes short from Murphy. Isak and Robertson has been fouled. His shirt looks to be pulled there. Free kick. I don't like this routine. You don't do that in a cup final. That's the first criticism I'm going to make of Newcastle. You do not play short corners in a Carabao Cup final. I can promise you that. You don't want short corners at Wembley Stadium in a final. You never play short corners. You want them to be nice, in the air, deep and dangerous. That is not good enough. You never play short corners in a cup final. I don't like that at all. It's a poor thing for Newcastle to do there. It's a real waste. Really? Oh. Well, Anton Deck most certainly are at Wembley Stadium. Well, yes, I've delivered my first criticism of the game. It has gone the way of Newcastle, but I see it just inexcusable. I don't see a reason why you'd play a short corner routine in a cup final. You do. This is not like for Newcastle. This is not your regular league game. This is not just a game against Burnley in the Premier League, for example, or somebody like that. It's a cup final. It's silverware. You don't play short corners when silverware's on the line. You play dangerous balls. You want it to be in the back of the net as soon as possible, really. It's a final. Barnes, Isak. Cut back. Tonali. Tonali's going to let fly. Oh. What a chance. We'll have to see it full time. I think Tonali's got to pass to Guimaraes. Guimaraes is saying, look, his hands are there. He's saying, give it to me. I'll put it in the back of the net. Tonali should pass. It's tomorrow St. Patrick's Day. Happy St. Patrick's Day for the Irish people of this community tomorrow. Flixie FC, I know you're there somewhere. Oh, good knockback. Trippier once again controlling the box, getting it back to Nick Pope. It's what you want. And Newcastle had the shots in the game. No shots on time. Murphy, hang on a minute. I don't care if he's offside or not. Jacob Murphy for Newcastle. What a chance. What a ball. Konate clears it. Corner it will be. He looked off. Murphy, what a ball. On the corner this time, from the left. Don't play it short. Do not play the corner short. I don't know how many times I can say that to Newcastle tonight. But don't play a shortcut yet. That's right. You play it a lot. Yeah. Burn. Flick on. Guimaraes. Yeah. No, Kelleher did well. Kelleher does as well. If you look at the replay, Kelleher's going round and round and round. He's staying on the floor. And he goes round and round and round until he gets to Guimaraes' feet and makes it so that Guimaraes almost can't shoot. Yeah, absolutely, mate. I'll be at work, but no, most certainly you enjoy St. Patrick's Day. And I'm back on waste as well. I mean, well, I don't know if I told you this, but I changed my role to a mattress porter. But as a 1 week thing only, I'll be going back to my old role. So I'll be back with the sharp spins tomorrow. No, Isak. Oof. No, mate. No. The sharp, they're completely sealed, and it's no, it's needles and stuff like that. Anyway, glass and the Dundee Derby has had a red card. Emmanuel Adebayoga has been sent off for Dundee United, and it looks as though Dundee FC are going to win the game by 3-2. There was a disallowed goal for Fortune to keep it at 3-2. So Dundee United 2, Dundee FC 3 in that Dundee derby. Now it's 4-2. They've just scored. And that should be the Dundee derby won by Dundee FC. It's Simon Murray on 90 minutes with what looks like the final say and the winner on Derby Day in Dundee. And there has been 3 derbies today. One of them was the Old Firm, which delivered a few shocks. We've had the Steel City derby today. We've had the Dundee derby and 2 London derbies between Fulham and Spurs and Arsenal and Chelsea. And in the Premier League's 2 London derbies, both the home teams won. Thank goodness for that. From an Arsenal perspective. And now, though, in a sea of derbies on a Super Sunday, the perspective still lies on London, but it's a final between 2 sides. One that is northwest and one that is the very, very northeast tip. I am 28-29 right now. I think I'm about half a minute behind, a minute behind maybe. And there's a corner for Liverpool here. Andy Robertson is going to deliver, and Joel Linton has headed away. And the final whistle has gone in the Dundee derby. Dundee United 2, Dundee FC 4 in that Dundee derby. And so, yes, 2 Scottish derbies, and the away sides have won them both. And in the Steel City derby, it finished Sheffield Wednesday 0, Sheffield United 1. Or Diaz and Pope's come out. Offside anyway, wouldn't have counted. Pope was running a fine line there. It looked to me as though he went into challenge. And you've got to be careful. Because 1 foot placed wrong there, even though Diaz is offside anyway. And you look at denial of a goal opportunity. The leg went quite far out. You've got to be careful, Nick Pope. I just felt as though, oh, hang on a minute. It just looked on the fine line of being mistimed. And it will be a straight red if you do mistime one of those types of tackles in that type of situation. Because of the denial of a goal opportunity threshold. And that's a corner for Newcastle, won by Tonali. Kieran Trippier for the left-hand side to deliver again. And Van Dijk heads away. Falls to Tonali. Newcastle need to get it back into the box and try and create a big chance. And Byrne was competing with Kareem and Kelleher for that ball. And I think it's going to be a goal kick to Liverpool. Wrong goal. Wrong goal. Ooh. Ooh. Oh. There's two. One's your esophagus and the other is your breathing hole. Yeah, that sticky thing. Well, I saw some on Zach D Films, whatever his name's called. Snapchat and YouTube Shorts maker, and he said that thing, the sticky bit at the top of at the back of your mouth, whatever it's called, there's a sticky thing down that hangs down, and it basically it stops the like food going down the breathing hole. It's not so good with liquid. Yeah. Well, I'm not going to stick my mouth out, but well, I don't. Oh, I'll just show it. Yeah. You won't be able to see, but yeah, if you go to the back, if you look in the back of your mouth in a mirror or on your phone camera, whatever, you'll see that little sticky thing at the back, sticky downy thing, and yeah, that's designed to stop food from going down your breathing hole. Barnes, cross, Isak has gone up for the header, followed up by Trippier, big block. Andy Robertson, big block and a hug as well then. They hugged each other. I mean, I don't think didn't expect to see that. I mean, Trippier has a shot blocked by Robertson, goes for a corner, and they hug each other. I'm like, okay. It's a cup final. Hugging each other, I'm like, okay. Trippier. It's a lovely delivery and it's a header. Oh, and it's straight at the gloves of Kareem and Kelleher. I think the initial header was from Dan Burn. Got a second header. Yeah, flick on from Burn into the path of Guimaraes, who just can't quite get enough power on his flick header. It did look a little bit too low for him. He did well to get down and get a touch with the head. Livramento to Joel Linton. Throw in. Joel Linton, another free kick. And Liverpool have not had a shot. So in the Carabao Cup Final, I do hold a glass of... Yeah, a schoolboy error, really. I should have remembered that today is the Carabao Cup Final. And let's face it, if one day I get sponsored by Carabao and I show up to their final with a can of Monster, I'm going to look stupid, aren't I? You've got to drink or eat what the sponsors give you, I suppose. I bet you do. Oh, Diaz could. Oh, yeah, good. No, Pope's done well. Stayed out of his goal, yeah. Potential for Isak at the end of that. Jarrell Quansah on his way for Liverpool. Joel Linton has done remarkably well again, sticking his body right on the line, right in front. And he gets an arm round him and gets pulled down. He's been very influential, I feel, Joel Linton. That's 2 or 3 occasions today where he's put his body right on that very line. He's showing passion. And he's showing that he wants to win this cup final. He will give everything. I mean, look at that. Oh, Trippier. He's feeling around the hamstring area, and that could be a potential blow for Newcastle and their former captain. Okay, so stop here. There's been a collision. Tonali, Joel Linton and Szoboszlai. Konate fell on top of Joel Linton. Well, Konate's fine. Konate just got back up. I'm wondering what's caused Szoboszlai there. Head clash. Well, all look to be okay. A bit of feeling of the head still. Saying, ouch, that hurts from Tonali and Szoboszlai. Trippier is still feeling around that hamstring. And Eddie Howe has got the notebook in his hand. I'm wondering if he's thinking of maybe just taking a look at Trippier to make sure that everything's okay around that, what appears to be the right hamstring that he's feeling. To run through to Pope. Oh, Stuart Atwell's on VAR. There we go. Tell you what, that handball call, leg onto arm anyway, looks to take a deflection off his foot. And if there is any deflection before the ball hits the arm, it's not handball. It has to hit the arm first for it to be a handball, and it's a faint handball touch anyway. But that is very good. Whoever's got back there, brilliant. Little bit of a nudge, doesn't matter. Here's Livramento with about 4 minutes to go in the first half of this Carabao Cup Final. Oh, lovely ball. What a ball down the left again. Livramento. It's Tino Livramento. It's for Isak. Did it take a nick on its way out behind? No, I don't think it did. I don't think it did come off Robertson. It was the closest to coming off Robertson. I don't think it does. Livramento down that left. Surging forward for Newcastle. Liverpool still yet to have a shot in the first half, I think. It's been a really positive first half for Newcastle. They're throwing the punches. Not quite got a KO yet. And Liverpool, in terms of shots, haven't thrown a punch. I mean, Salah has been very, very quiet in this final, and that's a surprise. He was quiet against PSG as well in midweek. Murphy, it's a unusually swung ball in. Has gone out for a goal kick to Liverpool. We've got Stevie G under the limelight and in the Sky Sports camera spotlight at Wembley. Got Ian Rush there. And plenty of Liverpool legends and Newcastle legends in and amongst the stands. I'm sure that if Newcastle win the trophy today, we will hear from Anton Deck, considering that Sky are sharing coverage with ITV. Oh, Barnes, it's fell to him. Barnes, big deflection. Will be a Newcastle corner with half a minute to go till half time. Left-hand side. Can Newcastle make the deadlock break? I reckon we'll get about 2 added minutes at the end of the first half. I think we'll be about 2 minutes. Oh, header. Oh! Dan Burn. Wow. Newcastle against shotless Liverpool have stolen the lead. Wow. Well, that is a sensational header from Dan Burn, is the first thing I'm going to say about it. If I want to see a replay, it looks to me as he heads it down into the ground and it loops into the bottom corner. It's a wonderful header. What a, yeah, down, heads it down, loops into the bottom corner. It's beautiful. And that's so far out as well. What a goal. I love that. There is a lot of things to love about that header from Dan Burn. And this Carabao Cup Final is absolutely alive. Wow. Unbelievable. I'm gobsmacked. What a goal. Two additional minutes at the end of the first half. That's 2 added minutes at the end of the first half. I did say we'll have about 2 minutes, and we have had 2 minutes. Yeah. This is like honestly, I think that Newcastle have had a tremendous first half, and they fully deserve to be in front here. And that header from Dan Burn deserves to be a winning header. Definitely, 1,000%. That is a special goal. And Diaz has knocked it down. And Robertson, or no, Jota. It's half time, and it's Newcastle who lead. And well, last year it was 0-0 between Chelsea and Liverpool. The year before, Newcastle, I believe, were 1 or 2-0 down. This time, it is Toonami 1, the Mighty Reds 0. What a first start from them. What a first start from them. We are going to talk. We're going to get some more errors out. It's been a great first half in this cup final. Can't lie about it. Really good first half. Enjoyable. Poised. And Liverpool just haven't fired shots. And Newcastle haven't really put a foot wrong. And that is a real show-stopping end to the first half from Dan Burn. I suppose. But look, I am your presenter. I've got to deliver you the best. With this particular cup final, I always try and put my best performance on that I can. I don't know why, but when the Carabao Cup final comes along, I feel as I have to put a really, it's the final that I tend to perform the best in. Obviously, Sky. But what I like about this year is that, yeah, they've made it accessible to everybody, this cup final. And I think that, well, ITV, we know they've got a broadcasting deal for the Carabao Cup now. And I think that it's correct that the game has been accessible to everybody. You know, Sky have played their own part, you know, with putting it on Sky Showcase as well. I do like the fact that Sky Sports have partnered with ITV and said, look, we'll do the coverage together and we'll join it so that, you know, ITV viewers and STV viewers can view the match as well. So I think that's a great thing, you know, to have the match available to everybody, free to view. You know, because last year it wasn't, but this year, people who don't subscribe to Sky, for example, my grandfather, he doesn't subscribe to Sky. He just uses the free to view stuff. So, and this year, you know, he can watch it. So, I know, what a goal from Dan Burn. Oh, you've got to support your team. I think you're a Liverpool fan, aren't you, Dragon? So, no, listen, you need to support Liverpool, mate, in this final. You need to support your team. You want them to win the trophy. But I do want them to equalise. Like, I'm not saying this to be horrible, because I don't really like Liverpool. But in one sense, I do want them to equalise, because I do want to see a penalty shootout here today. Quite frankly, I want to see a shootout, so... And that's the only downside to getting goals in the cup final. You don't get that 0-0 poise, do you know what I mean? And the ones that have gone 0-0 all the way, you know, the three final, the two finals, Chelsea-Liverpool, they went 0-0 all the way, and they were so finely poised, particularly the first Carabao Cup final, Chelsea-Liverpool. The second Carabao Cup final between Chelsea and Liverpool, it was different, because Van Dijk scored a winning goal in extra time. But sometimes cup finals do get goals, and, well, here, we're looking at potentially Newcastle 45 minutes away from winning the trophy. Ah, okay. Right. Let's see what the Sky pundits have got to say. We've got Les Ferdinand. We've got Shay Given, is it? Jamie Redknapp, Jamie Carragher, and the Sky presenter, who I think's great, the man with glasses. And yeah, Dan Burn has made 3 first contacts on the corners into the box out of 5. And the third first contact out of 5. My word. What a frigging goal it was. That is a bloody... Not that one. Here we are. I mean, that is a bloody world-class header from Dan Burn. Look at that. I mean, that is so good. I love the dip on the dip, and he's heading it down, which is the most important thing, because when you head down, and if it takes a bounce off the ground as well, you've got more chance of scoring. It does as well. Yeah, he heads it into the ground. It does hit the ground, picks up pace on the bounce. It's a beautiful header. just seeing it, it's sensational on the eye. It's just, yeah, the bounce off the ground again. The pace is picked up once it bounces off the ground, takes it away from the keeper, gives the keeper no chance. The curl and the whip on the header as well. It's got some real curl and whip on it. It's not just a push header. It's a proper, skilled header from Dan Burn. Well, look, I wouldn't go that far, to be fair, mate. I wouldn't. But Newcastle have come into this today. They've stepped into Wembley and they've stepped up. It's definitely a competition, and it's definitely got it's got a really nice feeling to it. And this time, they've not just fell on the faces and let United beat them, which is what happened last time they played in a Carabao Cup Final at Wembley. This time, they've got Liverpool as their opponents, and they've done nothing wrong. That does not matter for me. As much as that is a stat, Liverpool had more of the ball. Liverpool have not fired a shot. Newcastle have. So Newcastle have sort of played it. Okay, that stat does counter into what I'll say. Then Newcastle maybe have played a little bit foresty. Been a bit off the ball. Winning the ball well in good areas. I mean, I've seen some outstanding play from Joel Linton, who has to get some plaudits for some of the tackles that he made in the first half. Because Joel Linton was brilliant in the first half. And they've utilised it and they've tried their very best to get forward and create it and got corners. Yeah, for me, Joel Linton was the standout player in the first half of Newcastle. I felt I just felt his passion towards the game and the way that he was getting in front and really, really sticking that body right on the very, very thin line. It was a brilliant to see from him. And Flicks, a Liverpool fan, saying, let me be real, Newcastle, they did. But yeah, for me, standout player in the first half, Joel Linton, for sure. I'm not doubting myself on that either. Joel Linton was outstanding that first half. Yeah, I don't know about you. Let me know your thoughts in the chat as well. Who do you think was the best player in the first half? Obviously some people might say Dan Burn for the goal, and it was a really, as I said, skilled and, it was a skilled header. It was one that was special. It was a great goal. Are you looking at it from that point of view, or are you looking at it from, as I said? I mean, my point of view, as I say, is with Joel Linton. For the reason why I've given him the player of the first half, is the fact, as I say, just that passion and the real body on the line stuff. I just felt like that was special from Joel Linton. I felt like he was really, really giving it. He was showing that he cared and he fully body on the line. Throwing himself into everything. And that's what you want from a player in a cup final, to be just absolutely, risking an injury or whatever. I thought he was brilliant in the first half. Liverpool, they didn't really have a standout player, Liverpool, but Kelleher made some good saves. Koeman Kelleher made some good saves. I thought Salah was quiet. Liverpool need to create a bit more because they were getting forward, but they had no shots. So how's that working? So that's maybe something Liverpool need to look at for the second half. But for me, Newcastle, great first half. Joel Linton outstanding. What a header from Dan Burn. Keep it up for 45 more minutes and you win the cup. So we're just about ready under the Wembley Arch for the second half of this Carabao Cup Final. And do not forget that later, as I'm seeing the advertisements, Leicester against Manchester United is available from 7 o'clock at kickoff on Sky, which is Leicester against Manchester United, which is the final Premier League game of the day. And I won't be covering that one, but I'm sure that a few people in this chat tonight will be viewing that match a little bit later on. But one thing's for sure here on Realltom Football, we will be continuing to view every last bit of this Carabao Cup Finals coverage because it is one of the occasions of the season. So we're just about to get the second half underway. That's just a quick one more advert, I think. It's by Aldi, who are apparently the official innovation partner of Sky Sports. Right, back to the pundits for a split second. We are almost ready now for the second half. Seconds away, really. So the big headline, the big thing to say ahead of the second half is Newcastle are 45 minutes away from their first piece of silverware in just years. And Run Boy Run is blasting around the stadium as well, which, in my opinion, should still be the theme tune of this competition. It's a fantastic song for a fantastic competition. Here we go then. We are off. We are running. Liverpool 0, Newcastle 1. How will it end? We're giving the ball away to Murphy, who's pressuring Diaz. Dan Burn, another great header from him. Trying to send it into the path of Barnes. Tonali's pressure. Ooh. Yeah, I think you said that yesterday to me. I put on the prediction slip 0-0. I always will for a Carabao Cup final that involves Liverpool, really. So, you know, for most finals, I will put 0-0. But if I feel as though, nah, this ain't going to finish 0-0, for example, Man United, Man City is not going to finish 0-0. You know, you can't put 0-0 for Man United, Man City in the FA Cup final twice. But for occasions like this, Newcastle's obviously scored, but definitely could have been 0-0. I don't see 2-2 after extra time. I think it's going to be really tight. And Jota, Joelinton, brilliant. In front, cover, can't complain. Yeah, Joelinton again. And yeah, Newcastle are just going to have to calm the Liverpool storm a bit here, because Liverpool have come out second half, you know, with intent to reply. And Newcastle will need to weather the storm. Salah. McAllister to Gravenberch. And that's going to go out of play for a goal kick. Yeah, McAllister. Again, he was being blocked off. I'm not sure it was. It might have been Joelinton again. Bloody was Joelinton as well. Barnes should have got on the end of that. Diaz, good pressure. Yeah, no, that's good. Yeah, Trippier harrowing him from behind and not committing a foul, and then Guimaraes just steps in front, nicks the ball, brilliant from Newcastle. Soberslaiter, McAllister. It's going to run through to Pope. Yeah. I'm definitely seeing one from John Brooks. He's letting this game flow. There's been a few maybe fouls, which on other days would have been given. But today, I think John Brooks, you can see it, that he's trying to let this cup final just flow and be as it is. And I do like that. Barnes, brilliant. Wins a corner off Kwanzaa. Left-hand side for Newcastle. There he is again, that man, Dan Burn. The man who has 9 fingers, but one huge head, which so far has had a big impact. And it's in, Isak! Oh, flags up. Oh, he's on. He's behind Soberslai. Oh my God, I'm telling you, he's on. That's on. Oh, the freeze frame said onside. Oh God, this is. It's offside. So it's a throw into Newcastle. The freeze frame, when I saw it, I was like, onside, 1000%. But then, but yeah. It's Guimaraes because he's blocking Karim and Cavha's eye line. So Isak onside, but Guimaraes is right in the goalkeeper's eye line. That's why offside has been given. With Memento, but I don't think you should play. But it's a good ball from Barnes, and that's a great delivery. And Isak this time for Newcastle. Wow. Wow. They might just lift the trophy. Oh my God. What a response to, firstly, the disallowed goal. Wow. Newcastle have been brilliant. Well, not quite. You can't say that. But this is, look at what. This has been some cup final performance from Newcastle. 2-0 in 53 minutes. Not quite 4K for me, but I don't care. I can see it clearly. I can see how much it means to Eddie Howe and Newcastle. Anton Deck, well, Declan Deck, I think, was on the floor for the celebration for a minute there. And Isak stands high. Oof. It's unbelievable, Jordy. What Newcastle have come up with in this? Yeah, I'm stuttering. I'm speechless. I can't believe that Newcastle are 2 up. That is an outrageous scoreline for one of the best occasions of the season. I'll tell you what, look at that. Thousands and thousands of black and white scarves being hung up as the Newcastle fans sing. Yeah, there's an IKEA flag. There was one in there. And Diogo Jota on 56 minutes has been withdrawn here. And Darwin Nunez. I don't like that one. Canate being taken off is not my cup of tea at all. I don't think that. Okay. Jones and Nunez, so they've gone to attack. Ugh. I don't think you should take Ibrahim Konate. That is intriguing from Arne Slot at Liverpool. All out attack. When yet Newcastle could score a third easily. At this point. Yeah. I think that's rash. To take off one of your big centre-backs, Ibrahim Konate, and replace him with an attack. I am going to come out here right now and say I am not a fan of that decision from Arne Slot at all. I think that's a very, very poor substitute. Most certainly not on 55 minutes do you take off a centre-back and put on an attacker. That's like a 70, 80-minute thing. You've got Dan Burn on absolutely fine form of his headers today. You've got a Joel Linton who's going to win every ball pretty much. And you're withdrawing a defender for an attacker. I'm not surprised. Liverpool have been well below par. But taking nothing away from Newcastle, who've been simply brilliant. Offside there. Jones is pressured. Liverpool are looking to find a response, and Salah, not Salah Diaz. Now it's Szoboszlai set back for the edge of the. What a save! Jones hit it, sprawling save from Pope. What a save! Great save. Makes himself big, spreads his arms, good claw save. Bang. Whoosh, like that. Try my best to get my arm in view for you like that. He just goes, whoa, tips it over. Tonali's got an issue. Looks to be the groin, is it? It's above the thigh. I think that might be his groin. Yeah, £100. I've only gone £2.50, but I've gone Newcastle to win the trophy. I get £7 back, so it's not too bad. If you add the £2.59 on, it'll be about it'll be under a tenner, but it's still a good payout. £9.59. And then obviously I've got the £5.75 one as well, which is United, Barca, and Inter all to win. 50p for £5.75. It's not bad. 9 in 2 odds shaved for 21 in 2. You've cashed out, yeah. Well, it's gone, isn't it, really? It's gone. Because you said 1-1 at the end of 90 minutes and 2-2. Well, it's already 2-0. McAllister most certainly upped it, Liverpool. And Pope, another big punch from him. You put 10... and how much is that going to give you? About £1? You see, I've not gone stupid. I've just gone, right. I said to myself in the bookies today, do not place a bet builder on Cup Final day. Just pick your winner of the trophy and walk out. So I went Arsenal to win against Chelsea, which is paid out £2.59. And I've gone for Newcastle to win the trophy. Well, it most certainly was a risky call. Just, walking out without any backing in Liverpool and just going, right, here we go. Newcastle to win, out. But may pay off. Guimaraes, oh, wow. Nearly. Oh, Tonali, oh. Oh, ball, Barnes, oh, Isak, no. What a save by Kelleher. Oh, this is... Oh, dear. This has been something else. Newcastle are banging on that door all of a sudden for the third goal. That's unbelievable. Well, that's great goalkeeping from Kelleher. Liverpool have got Queen and Kelleher to thank that they're still in the game. Because I'm telling you right now, if Queen and Kelleher doesn't save that, and that goes in, Newcastle win the Carabao Cup. The highest 90-minute win I've seen in a final is 2-0. I've never seen in a final a scoreline go higher than 2-0 for the winning team. Well, Newcastle have come in insanely close to breaking that for me. I've seen 2-0 Dortmund. 2-0 Real Madrid against Dortmund in the Champions League final. I've seen a 2-0 to Man U against Newcastle. And now here I'm seeing 2-0 to Newcastle. Bit of a drinks stoppage here, I think. Yeah. I mean, for saying they knocked us out, and that does hurt. And it hurts for me not to be an Arsenal fan at Wembley today still. But, I mean, at least they've not knocked us out for nothing. Do you know what I mean? If they'd have knocked us out for nothing, it would have been sour. But because that really, really hurt for me when they knocked us out. It was a horrible thing to experience. But if they win the Carabao Cup here, then I won't hold too much of a grudge against them, because it wasn't for nothing. Yeah, you won't understand what I felt when they knocked us out over 2 legs. I was hurt. Tenalia, Isak. It's going to go out. It'll turn out Joel Linton inside netting. It's going to be a free kick. It's foul on Guimaraes by Szoboszlai. Do you want a time check? 21 minutes, 35 seconds remain. Oh, Barnes squares it. Share. Oh, so close. That was, oh, man. Oh, go on. Murphy. Oh, that was a scratch. A scratch away. Oh, it was a scratch. Luis Diaz. Curtis Jones. No, I want to see the full. I want to see the full 90, mate. I do. Because if he blows now, which wouldn't happen anyway, but if he blows now, you're not going to see that emotion as the game stretches on towards the late stages. The Liverpool panicking, do you know what I mean? You want, yeah, for a neutral like me, definitely need to see the full 90 here, because it's going to be interesting to see the emotion get deeper as the final edges towards the end. That's not quite true. I mean, anything could happen. It's a final. But it's a final for a reason. In a blink of an eye, it could all of a sudden be too soon. Not to jinx anything, but that is the reality. We'll see. We'll see. I'm not gonna. On 71 minutes and 25 seconds, I'm not gonna rule out anything. But Newcastle are in a stunning and unbelievable position in this Carabao Cup final. We'll see, like I said, we'll see. You just don't know. You can't rule anything out. I mean, I've seen Liverpool do things that you don't expect this season. I've seen them, yes, lose to PSG, but I've also seen them overturn games that have been 0-0 up until about 90 minutes and then win 2-0 more than once. So we'll have to see. Federico Chiesa is on to replace Ryan Gravenberch here. Right, I'm going to dare leave the seat for one brief second because I do need the loo. Do not go anywhere. I will be right back and hopefully I don't miss a goal. Well, I haven't missed a goal. That is the good news. I am back to the hot seat in a flash. 16 minutes, well, 15 now, really, to go. Yeah. But don't get ahead of yourselves. Anything, and I mean anything, can happen. This is a Carabao Cup final after all. You know, let's not forget the word final. Liverpool are the opponents of Newcastle. And that is, Elliot, that's a brilliant claw by Pope. But I reiterate that the Newcastle are in a remarkable position. Elliot. Chiesa in. Brilliant header away. Brilliant. They're appealing for something. And they're going to play Isak. Foot race with Robertson. And Robertson wins the foot race. Quansah. Van Dijk. Great block. Murphy. Everything counts as the game gets more towards the finish line. And Newcastle will not feel like they've got a 2-goal cushion in the minute. And you can't have any complaints, I see, when you're in this kind of position. And they're not showing any, which is good. And that is a silly foul on Keita, though. So, the options for the free kick are Cody Gakpo, Harvey Elliott, who stepped away. It's going to be Cody Gakpo or Dominic Szoboszlai to take this free kick. Burn leaps high and heads away. That head of Dan Burn has done some magic today. Elliott has slipped it in. Brilliant defending once again. Fabian Schär did the job. Again, making sure that he stays in front of his man and no nonsense with the clearance whatsoever. Salah. Robertson. Jones was leaning back. I think Isak's going off, is he? It's a huge call from Eddie Howe. If Isak's going off, and well, he's most certainly scored what looks to be the goal that could and should win Newcastle the Carabao Cup. I wouldn't, mate. I wouldn't. I really wouldn't, pal. You don't have this very often at all, mate. I wouldn't. I honestly wouldn't go for a nap during a Carabao Cup final of any stretch. You say that, but it could finish 2-2. And that is complacency. Okay? For those who are viewing me right now, What Dragon has just said there is an example of complacency. Because he thinks that the game is dead and buried at 2-0. That's complacency. Joe Linton, why? Well, more than likely, but you can't say that. It's complacency. That is complacency. You have felt complacent to a 2-0 scoreline. There's still 8 minutes to go. Tonali, oh, what a strike. Good save by Kelleher. Livramento surging down the left. Overlap from Willock. Big block in there by Sobersley, and there's appeals for handball. I don't think it hit his hand. I don't think. No, arms down by the side. No way. Trippier to take the corner from the left as the night falls in on Wembley. Willock heads it off. Callum Wilson. Oh, the Merseyside derby. Yes, please. Wednesday, 2nd of April. Chelsea Spurs. It's going to be a thriller. Don't fall complacent, mate. Don't fall complacent, lad. There's still 6 minutes. Fingers crossed. But listen, don't fall complacent, lad. This is not the time or place to be complacent. Trust me. It is not the time or place to be complacent at all. I can promise you that. With absolute reassurance that there is no way that you can fall complacent in any final. Look at those Newcastle fans. There's Gordon, look, suspended. No, Ashik, mate, listen, all honesty, don't fall complacent, mate. Yeah, I've already told one person off, yeah? You can't fall complacent. I know you're a Liverpool fan. There is no room for complacency, mate. It is not over until it's over. It's a final. But full respect is, yeah, I'm not gonna let people fall complacent in a final like this. Not Newcastle fans anyway. It's a huge, huge scoreline. It's a huge, huge moment in a huge, huge event. But there is still no room for complacency, no matter how long's left on the clock. It's not finished. There's still 4 minutes. You don't know what can happen in 4 minutes, mate. Harvey Elliott down that right. There's still time, mate. You don't know how much out of time there's going to be. It is complacent. See, most certainly complacency. And I would not fall complacent in this situation. I wouldn't. But it does look to be Liverpool's cup, Newcastle's cup. Harvey Elliott, Curtis Jones. Great defending again. Murphy. Chiesa's won it back for Liverpool. 2 minutes and 15 seconds of normal time to go. I've been given a rumoured number of 7 by Peter Drury to be added on. Salah and get there. There's going to be a change here for Newcastle. It's Sean Longstaff who's going to come on, and he's going to replace Jacob Murphy. Tell you what, big moment for him. One of the ones who's been in the club for such a long time. But he's hobbling along a bit. He's not going to be withdrawn now, I don't think. There's somebody ready on the touchline to come on. Well, it is something to think about. Slot, in his first Liverpool final, has lost. We're almost lost. Which is a bit of a like, oh, it's going to get people thinking, it's going to get people talking. I'll tell you that, it's going to get people talking. Oh, tackle. The clock has hit 90, and there are 8 additional minutes for Newcastle to hold on to this. They've got to hold on tight. Yeah, hands are over the eyes. It will feel like 8 weeks. Every minute will feel like a week. Just got to hold on. Have Newcastle. Oh, there's a chance here for Callum Wilson. And Kelleher has done the job for his team. Koeman Kelleher hasn't really put a foot wrong, to be fair. But Newcastle have just found the finishing touch. Not once, but twice. And that may just win them the Carabao Cup. I'm going to announce my Carabao Cup Final Player of the Match, and I'm going to give it to Dan Burn purely for the fact that he's been an outstanding defensive force, and he's won so many headers, and he scored the goal that got this game started, got this game alive. So my Carabao Cup Final Man of the Match is Dan Burn. I was leaning towards Joel Linton in the first half, but I've seen enough for Dan Burn to be the player of the match, most certainly. And it was a special header from him to get the first goal. The second from Isak was a sealer. I'm 19, mate, Top Gunner. Believe it or not, I'm 18. I'm 19. And I'm an Arsenal fan myself. I'm an Arsenal fan myself. Darwin, oh! Nunez, wow. Newcastle outstanding. Joel Linton, most certainly up there with. I mean, I've just gone through my player of the matches, as I said. Joel Linton was a real candid dirt tank. Chiesa's just got one back. He's off. You fought for a second then. It was a goal back. Oh, man. And that's what I mean. That's what I mean about don't fall complacent, Newcastle fans. Chiesa's. That looks on to me. Hang on, though. Well, once we see the line, it'll make it clear. He looks behind. I think that. Oof. Okay. This is. It's a green. Oh, right. Yeah. Don't ever fall complacent in a final. That's what I mean. You can't. Look, you can't fall complacent. I've seen complacency in this chat, and I've been saying to you, do not fall complacent under any circumstances. And well, I'm just waiting for the final outcome, and it will be announced by John Brooks over the tannoy. So John Brooks is announcing after review the goal. Yeah. So the goal is going to be countered. Live Liverpool for Federico Chiesa. No complacency now, Newcastle fans. Seriously, just hang on tight. Just hang on tight. So maybe that Isak goal now, you're looking at it, it's like, ooh, that Isak goal may be the difference now. There'll be nerves. They've got to hold on, though, for the last probably about 4 minutes now. It was about a 2-minute check. They've got a throw in here, Newcastle. It's about 4 minutes, yeah. We'll go to about 100, I think. Top Gunner. Let me go back to that. I'll say 1-0 Arsenal in the first leg. I'll probably go to the first leg. I'm going to go 1-0 Arsenal in the first leg, and hopefully we can just do our best to park the bus at the Bernabeu. But I'm not going to go right ahead and say, look, we are going to smash into pieces, because that is just not the reality. For us, we're in a goal-scoring crisis, and we need to feed off luck, really, because we're playing with Real Madrid, not PSV Eindhoven, if you get what I'm saying. Willock. Brilliant from Willock. Yeah, he's got a corner. He's got a corner. I love that. It's a bit of a chest bump between himself and Tonali. It's incredible what I'm watching. Yeah. Why has he been booked, Tonali? He's been booked for time wasting. Well, what? He's tying his laces. What can you... Stupid booking. If you ask me that from John Brooks. He's tying his laces. That's not time wasting. Well, look, it's been brought by Kwanzaa. Look at that clock. Look at those Newcastle fans. I can feel the tension. It's been an amazing cup final, this one. Guimaraes. Oh, here we go. Liverpool are in possession. They're going forward, and they've just got it. Joelinton's won it. Yeah, just get it on the pin. Oh, Callum Wilson could win it. He's going to go to the corner flag. He's lost the ball. It's a hearty mouth. Oh my, yeah. Just get it back to yeah. Well, I don't. Putting it out for a throw in. Okay. We're just having a VAR check for violent conduct. Joelinton on Harvey Elliott. Joelinton, yeah. Well, considering I was saying 1 point he could be man of the match. I think it's been cleared. It's been cleared. Yeah, it's all right. Oh my word! The full-time whistle's gone, and Newcastle, after 70 years of hurt, have won a trophy. They have beaten Liverpool 2-1 to win the Carabao Cup. Manchester United told them no, but this time they weren't denied when it came to facing Liverpool, and it is Newcastle's moment. It is Newcastle's moment, and it is Newcastle's trophy. Federico Chiesa's late consolation turned out to be a consolation, but added real nerve. But Newcastle have come through. and the wait for a trophy is over for the Tsunami once and for all. It will not be a double for Arne Slot. It will be quite literally the single, maybe the Community Shield as well, if they win the Premier League. But elation for Newcastle. Absolute elation. And Guimaraes is in tears. I'm going to soak this in. Because what we've seen here today, on Sunday the 16th of March 2025, is Newcastle. Emotion, elation, and fighting for their dear lives to end a long, long trophy drought. And like I said, if they win the Carabao Cup, I'm not going to hold a grudge against them for knocking us out. They really, really hurt me by knocking us out. But to see this, I'm going to let the grudge go because it's a special moment. And it's been a special Carabao Cup final. One, most certainly, that will be one that will be remembered by me for the story of it, for the way it's been panned out, for the way it's been played. Great story. They did, to be fair, Felix. I can't lie. The fight today was there, and they won it. As I say, they were denied by Man United, and they said, no. We ain't going to Wembley and be denied a second time. And that is exactly what has happened. And we're going to be here for a long, long while yet. Because Newcastle soon will walk up to the famous Wembley balcony and lift the trophy. Look at Joel Linton celebrating. I can't imagine what it's like in that Newcastle end of Wembley. They must be absolutely sobbing with happiness, relief. There you go. Look at this. Liverpool have almost emptied their half of the ground out. But the Newcastle fans are not going anywhere. They're going nowhere. Well done to Newcastle. Seriously, they... To analyse it, just performed in the right way. And yes, to reiterate Flix's words, they deserved it. Man of the match stands. I'll just reiterate for you that my Carabao Cup Final 2025 player of the match is going to be Dan Burn. But yeah. Shift those appetizers out of the way. They've got a trophy left to get through with. We've got a trophy left to get through with, and of course, I will move the chair out of the way. I will stand up. I will applaud. But yeah, there's not a lot really to analyse at the minute. You know, it's a stunning moment, and it's very difficult analysing stunning moments. Do you know what I mean by that? But they performed in the right way to win a cup, and yes, they deserve it. And 70 years of hurt today for Newcastle United has ended. Yes, at first at our expense. You know, they hurt me to the point of I'm not going to Wembley today. But fair play to them. Fair play to them. No, well, first half, yes. First half, yes. Dan Burn. Second half for me. Won a lot. Well, yeah, no. He's got to be Dan Burn for me. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. I would be like that, to be fair. One thing I'll say is I'm glad Liverpool haven't won it. Yeah. I said it a few times in the stream, but I'll say it one more time. If Newcastle didn't win it today, I definitely would have still held the grudge. Because they stabbed me with that semi-final. They're like, yeah. Yeah. I'll tell you right now that, yeah, that semi-final went through me like a knife. So they've won it, and that's why I'm not going to hold the grudge. Because they have broken a record. You know, we've seen a great final. Still, you know, we're not going to get the silverware. We've not got the opportunity to get the silverware. I've not been able to go to Wembley today at the cost of Newcastle, but yeah, got to give them the fair play. Yeah, unbelievable. Unbelievable. And Oliver, yeah, he was poor today, Stan. I didn't see much of him. And yes, there will be some jealousy. We'll see. We'll see. Nah, listen, I want it to come to North London, all right? All right? You know what I mean? I lived 90% of Arsenal's cup competition in the Carabao Cup. I lived 90% of it. Yeah? Only one match was away from home for, well, two, if you like, was away from home for us. You know what I mean? I lived that whole ride pretty much at home. So this year, I felt everything. From game one to the end. And next year, I will feel it again. Because I will do the same thing again. And there you are. They're engraving it on the trophy, look. And there come the winners' shirts. So, in just a moment, I will stand back into the camera view, move away the chair, as the players will walk up the Wembley Arch, walk up to the balcony, and we'll get the trophy lift. So, Liverpool, of course, will walk up to the balcony first to claim their runners-up medals. Everything is in place, of course. You know, we've got the prop, the prop stand, if you like, for the pictures and what have you on the pitch. I love Bruno. Look, coated in scarf. I think he's been given scarves by the fans. They've got shirts and scarves. It's been one special final. And honestly, when I put my money on the Newcastle to win the trophy today, because I did put my money on them to win the trophy, I didn't think it'd actually happen. You know what I mean? As I said, it was a freak decision. But I did say Newcastle to win the trophy on here. And I was right. I didn't think I'd be right. And there they go. They are slowly walking their way up to the balcony. Just try and stand back as far as I can. Right, yeah, here we go. I have to stand here. There they go then. Up those steps to the balcony. Let me remove the overlay just to make it a little bit easier for you to see me. See if I can do anything to try and... No, I'll leave it like that. I'll leave it like that. And they've almost reached the balcony. Nick Pope's there, Dan Burn's there, Dan Burn, yeah. The standard name calling of players as they walk onto the balcony will happen, and, you know, all the standard procedure. There goes Mr. Dan Burn, who gets his medal. And he's got some sort of trophy as well. It might be the man of the match trophy, maybe, or a goal scorer's trophy of some sort. I'm not too sure. Longstaff's got a medal on. Guimaraes has got one. There's Trippier with one. Pope's got one on now. Eddie Howe's about to be medalled as well. Guimaraes giving it the big ones to the camera. There's Anthony Gordon as well, suspended for this match today, but still there to be celebrated. And Newcastle are going to lift the Carabao Cup. And there you go. They've lifted the Carabao Cup. 70 years of hurt and undescribable pain for the Tsunami ends on Sunday the 16th of March 2025. And they are 2025's Carabao Cup winners. And the trophy will sit in the northeast until next year. And you have to give them every bit of fair play and plaudits for this trophy win to end a massive trophy drought, an undescribable length. But they have won the Carabao Cup 24-25. Congratulations to Newcastle United once again. And the celebrations, I'm sure, in Wembley for as long as the stewards will tolerate, will continue. And London will be full of Geordies tonight. About 35,000 of them, to be exact, I think. I hold a bit of a... I mean, I said I'd lose the grudge, but I still wish that I was there for Arsenal. But you're right, I could have been a bit more enthusiastic, but I'm not forgetting that they were the team that knocked us out and caused me a lot of pain. But still, special moment for them. Very special moment for them. And there's Pope standing high and tall, lifting that Carabao Cup, and yeah. You watch. Well, Covent Garden yesterday was apparently full of them. Well, I'm pretty sure it'll be Leicester Square that's full of them at the end of tonight. Probably. And tomorrow, when it's home time for them, King's Cross Square will be full of them as well as they walk into London King's Cross Station. Is that what happened? Is it to Derby? Yeah. Well, I felt it at the Emirates. Let's just say that. I felt it at the Emirates. Yeah. And I felt it on telly as well in the second leg. And I would have felt it even harder had I made the decision to go, because I was considering going to St James's for the second leg, and I probably would have gone if it was 1-0 aggregate, but I just felt, no. I didn't want to travel all the way up there for pain, and I didn't. They're only just getting down from the balcony. And Bruno Guimaraes holding that trophy tightly in the hand. And the celebrations from Newcastle fans who are dancing, singing and waving about scarves and giving high fives to the players. I'm sure at some point on Sky tonight we will see Anton Deck appear. Because like I said, Sky and ITV have both partnered up and shared the coverage today. I'm almost sure we'll see that pair. We're going to stay until about 7 o'clock here on the channel, and then we're going to let you guys all rock and roll and enjoy Leicester against Manchester United, which is the last Premier League game before the international break. And it's a big one for Manchester United to get the job done at Leicester. Kickoff is in about 7 minutes or so for that one. But yeah, as I said, we're going to stay on here till about 7 o'clock. Soak in the celebrations, and then we're going to let you all go. And there we go. Back down from the balcony. But now they stand under the styrofoam or cardboard, whatever you want to call it, arch thing. And I think what happens here, yeah, there you go. Champagne's out. Look at that. And the gold cannons and the fires. Yeah, it's beautiful. The gold and green streamers are off. And the flame torches are also blowing. Great pictures. And there'll be a big clean-up job later for the Wembley maintenance crew. It's fair to say that. Do you know what? I'm going to let it go there, folks. 5-7. I'm going to call it there. But I want to say thank you all to everybody who's come in and joined us for the coverage of the Carabao Cup Final. It's been a super Sunday, not only for Newcastle, but also for Arsenal, who, of course, at half-1 live on the channel, won by one single goal against Chelsea. Not quite the perfect performance and win, but it was a win. But yeah, Newcastle win the Carabao Cup 2024-25. Folks, have a great evening. We will see you all potentially on Tuesday for that Rotherham match in League One or League Two. I can't remember if it's League One or League Two. But have a good night. And Newcastle, congratulations to Newcastle, who are this year's Carabao Cup winners.
Walking alone, the streets are empty. The only thing I can see is my own silhouette. I'm getting stronger, step by step. The clock is ticking, but there's no time for regrets. I've been flying from town to town, from London to Taiwan. I've been all around the globe, trying to protect your soul. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes tonight. Yeah. town to town, from London to Taiwan. I've been all around the globe trying to protect your soul.